Hello viewers, welcome to RJ's Botany. I'm back with a new video with a new unit, that is reproduction, and the chapter is reproduction in organisms. First of all, we have to know the hierarchy of life. The basic unit of life is cell. It forms tissues, group of cells from tissues, tissue form organ, organ forms organ system, and organ system forms organisms. So each and every organism have a particular period from birth to death, and this period from birth to death is called as lifespan. And lifespan doesn't depend upon any size or complexity of organisms. It varies from organism to organism. And reproduction, it is a biological process in which one organism produces young one of own type, is called as reproduction. And the adult organisms which gives rise to young one is called as parents, and the young ones are called as offsprings or daughter. The young ones also grow, mature, and repeat the same process as parent. So it is a cyclic process. And types of reproduction, one is asexual reproduction, another one is sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is the reproduction which is very simple type, in which single parent is only involved and gives rise to two or more daughter individual. And vegetative propagation is also a asexual process. Sexual reproduction means involvement of two sex organ. That means two sex, that is male and female. Coming to the topic here, asexual reproduction, that is, it is the reproduction which doesn't involve sex organ and gamete fusion is absent. That means there is no involvement of any sex organ, and gamete fusion doesn't take between the gametes, that is male gamete and female gamete, as only a single parent is present. It results in formation of clones of own types, that is morphologically and genetically, that is identical to each other. Morphologically means external structure, and genetical means in genetic constitution these are similar to each other. These are called clones. Then asexual reproduction is common among organisms like unicellular organism, simple plants, simple animals, but it is absent in higher vertebrates or in higher plants. Do not show many higher plants show a type of asexual reproduction called vegetative reproduction. So many higher plants show a type of reproduction that is asexually, which is called as vegetative reproduction. So vegetative reproduction is one of the asexual process. Some of the characteristics of asexual reproduction is it is uniparental, and the propagule is formed from somatic cells. Propagules means a structure capable of giving rise to new offspring is called as propagule. And the propagule is formed from somatic cells. Somatics means vegetative cell of parent is called as somatogenic reproduction. Gamete fusion is absent as there is no involvement of male and female gametes, so gamete fusion is absent. But sometimes gamete may indirectly behaves as an organism. The same gamete which is present behaves as a single unit, that is as organism. It is a quick method of reproduction. As such, it is the basic important point that the quick method of multiplication producing a large number of offspring at a time. Here, meiosis is absent. All the division are mitotic. That means mitosis takes place. It is equational division. Mitosis is called as equational division. Haploid-diploid alternation doesn't occur. Haploid and diploid alternation doesn't occur. So, coming to the next topic, that is, sorry, another point is here, The progeny, that means offspring, produced through asexual reproduction is of uniform size, shape, and other characteristics. They have a definite size, shape, and characteristics. So some of the asexual reproduction are here. Types of asexual reproduction like fission, torulation, it is also called as budding, sporulation which occurs through spores, fragmentation, fragment-like structure, regeneration, again generation occur, parthenogenesis, and vegetative reproduction. The fission, what is fission? Fission, it is of two types, that is multiple fission and other one is binary fission. Fission means it splits. The binary fission, it is the process in which body of an organism divides into two equal halves. Here is the example here, which form two independent organisms. In binary fission, it divides into a single organism, which is the parental organism, divides into two parts, and each unit grow and forms like a organism. Independent organism. The organism showing binary fission like senescence means death of a cell or old age, because as soon as they mature they divide into two daughter cells. After cell division, a cell divides after it gets old, then they will get mature and divides into two daughter individual. Therefore, nearly immortal. Depending upon the plane of division, binary fission is of two types. One is simple binary fission, which is irregular. Here the division can occur at any plane. Example like amoeba. Here the amoeba is the organism here. It divides into two. Binary fission occur. And the two organism independently grow and forms independent organism. Second one is longitudinal binary fission. The plane of fission passes along the longitudinal plane. Here the organism longitudinally divides in longitudinal axis of animal. For example, you can take as example of Euglena. Here the diagram given, Euglena divides longitudinally. The nucleus also divides into two. Then it forms one unit, one individual, and it's formed also an independent organism. So a single parent divides longitudinally and gives rise to two independent organisms, and it is the example of longitudinal binary fission, as it divides longitudinally and into two equal halves. Other one is oblique binary fission. The plane of binary fission lies at an angle to the transverse axis. Here, this is the transverse axis. Next is the transverse binary fission. The plane of binary fission runs along the transverse axis of an individual. For examples like paramecium, diatoms, and bacteria. Here is the example of paramecium given. Here the diagram is given, paramecium. Diatoms, it is also a algae. Here is the transverse division takes place. The individual divides transversely, nucleus developed and divides it transversely into two equal halves, and here the two independent organisms are formed. So this is an example of transverse binary fission. Other type of asexual reproduction of fission is multiple fission. It divides and forms many parts. It is a type of reproduction forms many similar equal size daughter organisms, or we can say the mother body splits. The mother body splits into many parts. and each part grows into one daughter individual. So this is multiple fission. First, the nucleus of parents divides repeatedly. The nucleus present in the parent divides repeatedly to form number of daughter cells or number of daughter nuclei, and then the cytoplasm divides. After that, a small amount of cytoplasm gathers around each nucleus and it forms cells. This divides the parent cell into number of tiny but similar daughter cells. Tiny means small but similar daughter cells. For example, like Plasmodium vivax, which is a protozoa. So here, in multiple fission, the mother body first divides the nucleus, then the nucleus divides into multiple, then cytoplasm divides. After that, cytoplasm gathers around each of nucleus and it forms a cell. In Plasmodium, multiple fission occurs through schizogony as well as porogony. This is the diagram of Plasmodium. See here, one single parent is present here and it divides multiple times, the nucleus divides multiple times and it forms new individual. Next is plasmotomy. It is the modification of multiple fission. Plasmotomy occurs in multinucleate, that means many nucleated, or syncytial syncytial organism. During reproductive phase, the cytoplasm clips, means divides, with or without simultaneous division of nucleus. As a result, the number of daughters are formed, each with two or few nuclei. So this is a division of plasmotomy. Next is the torulation. This is one of the important asexual reproduction. Torulation is budding. We have seen, sorry, torulation is budding in unicellular organisms like yeast, or we can say it as hydra also. Budding occurs in yeast and hydra. Hydra is a multicellular organism, but yeast is a unicellular organism. The unicellular structure develops an outgrowth on one side. Here is the outgrowth present. This outgrowth is called as bud. The nucleus divides into two by mitosis, equational division, and the one daughter nucleus shifts into the protuberance. Protuberance means the bud grows and constricts at the base and separates. Sometimes a cell may bear two or more buds. Sometimes the cell bears one bud or two or more bud, and each bud grows into more bud, and the complex budded condition is called torula stage. So here, budding is the outgrowth developed from a mother body. Outgrowth developed from a mother body and it becomes bud. Gradually, the bud detaches from the mother body and it becomes a new daughter individual. Again, it develops into a new daughter individuals. See here the diagram given of yeast. Yeast is present here, the parental, the bud. This is the outgrowth portion which forms bud. Then it detached from the mother body. The daughter cell detached from the mother body and it forms into a same independent individual. One is yeast, which is here the outgrowth is formed. Next, after outgrowth, it will divides. The nucleus get divides. Then it will form yeast. Sporulation, or the process is called as spore formation. So what are spores? Spores are minute single cell thin walled propagules which have dual function of dispersal and formation of new individual. So spores are minute small single cell thin walled structures and which have the capacity to form a new individual, and it is also dispersed in the wind. Next is spores are produced in special structures which are dispersed, and these are produced in a special structures called sporangia, and the special structure is called as sporangia. Sporulation or spore formation is common in member of like Monera, like in microorganisms which are prokaryotic organism, Protista. It is also found in fungi, algae, etc. And the motile spores which can flow are called zoospores and are produced inside the structure called zoosporangia. The zoosporangia means aquatic organisms. For examples like Chlamydomonas or Eulithic, these are green algae. And non-motile spore which cannot flow are Aplonospores. They are named variously as aplonospore, hypnospores, Achenes, conidia, which is called as conidiospores, etc. And some spores are produced exogenously, means outside, like conidia, which is found in Penicillium, inside sporangia, which is in Rhizopus. That is sporangiospores in Rhizopus. And our next asexual reproduction is fragmentation. Fragment means apart. Fragmentation here means to break. It is the breaking of body of parent into two or more pieces. The parent body breaks into two or more pieces. Each of which behaves as an independent unit. This gives a independent organism. Fragmentation occurs by natural death and decay of older parts. Fragmentation occurs after natural death or decay of older parts, reaching the area of branching like Markensia, Rixia, which are Markensia and Rixia are bryophytes. These are vascular plants, that is bryophytes. It takes place by mechanical injury or emptying of intervening cells in Spirogyra, which is a green algae. That means in Spirogyra, here the sorry, in Spirogyra, here the fragmentation takes place. After that, it gives rise to an independent organism. It behaves as an independent organism. Next, asexual reproduction is regeneration. Re means repeated, means again, and generation means to beget. Regeneration is a type of asexual reproduction as well as method of repair of missing type. Regeneration is the repair of missing parts. That is, for example, like hydria, planaria, sponges, etc. And if the organism had lost a part or cut into two or more pieces, the reserve cells of body will proliferate and forms the missing part, and this is called as regeneration, and it is a method of reproduction in only simple organized individual. In higher forms it is used only for limited repair. So regeneration is the process where repairing occurs. Next is budding. Budding is it is a mode of asexual reproduction in which new individual develops from a specialized internal or external part or bud of individuals. See here, in East you have studied the storulation. That means it is also a type of budding, but here the budding is externally in Hydra. that is new individual developed from a specialized internal or external part. Budding occurs internally or as well as also externally. Often individual having one or more totipotent cell. Totipotent cells means the process is totipotency. Totipotency is the ability of cell to regenerate. Ability of cell to regenerate. So budding is of two types. One is exogenous and other one is endogenous. Exogenous means external budding occur. Likewise in Hydra or yeast, but in internal budding it occurs in gameous formation, that is in sponges. External budding, an outgrowth or bud develops from the body surface of parent individual. Here is the structure of Hydra. Here bud is developed and it will forms. Bud grows in size and forms a young individual. The bud and young individual becomes nutritionally independent and it becomes separate from parent and leads a independent life, or it will remain attached to the parent to form a colony in case of sipha. So here the Hydra parent organism, bud develop externally developing a bud, then bud detach from the parent body and it forms the independent organism. Next is internal budding. Internal budding is it is capable of forming new individual develops inside the body of parent. They are internal bud. That means inside the body new individuals are formed. New buds are formed. Internal buds are formed. Internal buds of sponges are called as gametes. This is the important short type. For example, ferret occurs. It occurs in Spongilla, which is a freshwater sponge. And the gamule consists of mass of totipotent cell, that is archaeocytes. Internal budding occurs and the mass of cells are called as archaeocytes. Archaeocytes. And it is surrounded by envelope or with or without spicules present. A micropyle is present on one side. Micropyle is the opening part of one side. For liberation of archaeocyte, the mass of cell liberate through micropyle during germination of gametes. During germination of gametes, and gametes take part both in perennation and dispersal. Gametes liberate through micropyle during perennation or during dispersal. So here is the structure of gametes. This is the opening part of gametes, that is micropyle, and this is the outer covering, this is the inner covering, and the mass of cells are present which are called archaeocytes, and these are called spicules. Spicules. So the mass of cell liberate through micropyle and dispersed into the to outside atmospheres. So this is all about asexual reproduction, and the rest part of asexual reproduction will be discussed in the next part. Hope you like this video. Thank you.